Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.
Welcome, everybody, to Wager Talk Today. It is Thanksgiving week. I'm excited. My name is Lawrence Presman. His is Teddy Covers. We've already been fighting off air. It's going to be a great show. How are you, Teddy? And who are the guests that are going to have to put up with us?
I am absolutely miserable this morning, Lawrence.
Yes, clearly.
So it's not
clearly.
It was a particularly lousy weekend. I'm not happy one bit. My clients aren't happy one bit. That being said, what do you do on a Monday morning? You breathe, you put the last week behind you, and you get ready to roll. And on today's show, we're primed to roll. Meghan Payton's going to join us at the top. She's going to talk a trio of Monday Night Football props. We're going to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk with Meghan Payton. Marco D'Angelo is going to join us, talk about San Fran and Arizona, the game, side and or total. And, of course, he's going to talk Baylor and Texas as well in college football. Tony Mejia is going to join us to close out the show. He's going to talk the USA-Wales matchup in the World Cup and the Magic and the Pacers in the NBA. And I'm going to talk a little Turkey Day NFL. We're going to talk, I'm going to, in my big game breakdown, the Giants and the Cowboys. So it is a loaded Monday show. Lots of football, lots of World Cup, and plenty of other stuff to talk about, Prez.
Yeah, I got 4 plays to give out in the daily presidential address. 2 of them are on the game tonight. We obviously, like always, need 100 likes if you want to hear my thoughts. I left you all 3-1 on Friday in the daily presidential address. And Teddy, before we bring Meghan in, I just want to tell you one real quick story from last night's Kansas City Chargers game. So I went into the night 3-5 on the day. I was not happy, dude. I lost the under in the Atlanta game, which I was mad about. But then I lost the over in the Dallas-Minnesota game. And I don't remember the last time I lost an over 47.5 when one team puts up 40. But I had the over in last night's Chargers game, and I had a personal bet on Travis Kelce getting 3 touchdowns at plus 1,600. Dude, that last drive was so gripping in my household. Like, Vivian, you don't understand. Vivian had a bet on Palmer getting 2 touchdowns. I had a bet on Kelce getting 3, and I needed the over. The last 2 minutes, Palmer gets his second touchdown. Vivian cashes her bet. Then Kansas City marches all the way down the field. Kelce catches the ball, rolls it in for a touchdown, and there was dancing and singing in the Prez household last night. It was drama-packed. Anyway, with that said, I had a 4-5 day. I got to play up tonight. I'm 5-5 on the week in NFL Week 11, so tonight's play is the most important play this week. Meghan Payton, what's up? Welcome to the show, and how was your weekend?
What's going on, guys? It was pretty good. We had some good bets on Sunday hit. I'm excited for this Monday night game, and it really is starting to feel like Thanksgiving. I'm thankful that you guys have me on this show every Monday, and it's going to be a fun-filled week of NFL.
Yeah, well, Meghan, I meant to discuss this with you last Monday. Now, I have a huge shadow in my life, my brother. Mm-hmm. He is a multi-billionaire, blah, blah, blah. Wherever I go, I went to a party on Thursday night. I was introduced as Anton's brother. No, I didn't even get a name. So literally Darren and I, Anton's other brother, We played on a hockey team, on Anton's Spin Master hockey team, and on the back of our shirts, my name said Anton's brother 1 and Darren said Anton's brother 2. So I have a big shadow in my life, and I understand you don't want to sit there and talk about your dad, but your dad was on Peyton and Eli last Monday, and I turned to Vivian and I said to her, it was at a commercial break, they were going to come back more with your dad, and I said, here's how it's going down. Peyton's going to be like, Sean, you must be so proud of Meghan. I see her on WagerTalk Today every Monday.
Right.
She's doing such a great job. That did not happen.
It didn't happen. Where was that? I'm with you, Prez. Where was that shout out? I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be, we're going to get into the Thanksgiving fights already. I'll bring it up at the dinner. Let's make everything awkward.
Yeah.
But right now, you know who I actually,
I just
you know who I want to
say
be right
something.
now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
All right, you know who I want to be is Connor Payton's sister, because that is the actual star right now. My brother is in the TCU scouting department, and if anyone's doing well right now, it's TCU. So I'm really excited for him right now.
Well, I just want to say something to Sean. Sean, you should be unbelievably proud of your daughter. She has done an incredible job on this show. She has a massive future ahead of her. Make sure to mention on TV what she does and where you could see her. Be proud. Okay, Meghan, 3 prop bets. Go.
All right, 3 prop bets. I'm all over Niners tonight, so I'm taking 3 San Francisco prop bets. First one is wide receiver Brandon Ayuk over 56.5 receiving yards. Ayuk's bread and butter is yards after the catch, and I'm really surprised that we're seeing this line at 56.5. He's hit over this number 5 games in a row. The last 4 games, over 80 receiving yards. So this is a gimme here. Jimmy Garoppolo, Brandon Ayuk, they're really loving that connection. Garoppolo praised him this week in the media. That's his favorite target. I like Ayuk over 56.5 receiving yards, especially going up against an Arizona defense that cannot stop yards after the catch. They are the last in the league. Next one's going to be Jimmy G, no interceptions. I'm ready to quiet all of the Garoppolo haters because Jimmy G right now is 6th in the league in passer rating. He has 100 passer rating, and he's going to take this Niners team far in the postseason. They might even make an NFC appearance round 2. What are the Garoppolo haters going to say then? And look, when the Niners are winning, Jimmy G is not throwing picks. In all 5 of the Niners wins, no interception for Garoppolo. He's playing consistent. He's playing at a high level. That consistency, that connection's there. I'm going no interceptions for Jimmy G tonight. And lastly, I'm looking for a bounce back, a get-right game for wide receiver Deebo Samuel. How about anytime touchdown for him? Look, you can find this in plus money. I think I saw it at plus 125. Deebo Samuel, elite player. There's no question that he's a top playmaker in the NFL, yet he's kind of fallen off just a little bit. A couple of different factors, obviously. The Niners are adding in more offensive weapons, so the receptions, the carries, those are all going to get split. But he's had a few drops. He hasn't looked like the Deebo Samuel that we know. This is going to be a little bit of a bounce back game. He hasn't had a touchdown in 4 weeks. I like this game to be big for Deebo Samuel. Anything is possible when you're going up against an Arizona Cardinals defense that really can't stop anything. So those are my 3 prop bets I have for Niners versus Cardinals Monday night in Mexico City.
So let's talk about Brandon Ayuk for a minute, because to me, that's a really interesting prop. You talk about how he's been flying over this number, and yet the number's really low. The number's low enough that we're like, why is this number so low? The only reason that I can think that number's so low is because with San Fran as a 10-point favorite, the betting markets are saying maybe they're not going to be chucking the ball downfield so much. San Fran is in control of this game. Do you worry at all about Ayuk not getting the receiving yards? And is there anything that you would do in a situation where you're talking about a 10-point favorite that affects how you're viewing the props for the week or for the game?
I wouldn't worry about it too much just because we're seeing it at 56.5. If this number was set at, call it 75, even 70, I'd be a little bit more worried. But specifically because we're seeing such consistency from Garoppolo, Ayuk. That's his favorite target. If anything, I'd say maybe look for George Kittle to have not as strong of a game. Maybe you're not going to see those receiving yards hit over for Deebo Samuel, but Ayuk 56.5, even if this does become a run-heavy game, I think that hits over pretty soon.
Yeah, Megan, I'm with you on this prop. I mean, 3 catches, and this goes over. So,
yeah,
2 catches, and it's going to be super close. I love it. Anything to promote? I'm told in the chat room that you were on a NBA show and you just knocked it out the park.
I'm having so much fun. Every now and then, Ranieri will bring me on the NBA tip-off show, and we had a little bit of beef going on with the contrarian gods. I didn't go with the gods. It was a Pelicans game about a week ago, and then I did go with them this past week. It didn't work out, but I'm loving NBA. It's been fun. We're gonna do some more stuff there. Of course, as always, Prez, I'll be on your show on Wednesday, and we'll be previewing some of the upcoming games this coming Sunday. So all of this here is at Wager Talk, which is just a delight. I enjoy being with you guys.
Well, we love having you. Meghan Payton, everyone. Teddy Covers, we got a new segment. It's going to happen every day during the World Cup. Daniel's son, where's the bald guy?
Hey guys, Carmine Bianco with a World Cup short for you. This is the USA's first game today of the World Cup. They take on Wales at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And probably, arguably, their most important one. 3 points here puts them on pace to get into the knockout stages. They play England next and then Iran, and they'll likely only need a draw and 1 point to get into the knockout stages. They face a weaker Wales side. This is a team that I believe the USA is better than. Their best player, Gareth Bale, has only played a full 90 minutes once in all of 2022 while he deals with injury issues. As long as Greg Berhalter doesn't mess with this USA lineup, they should get the win today. Let's take the USA plus 138 to win, and that's your World Cup short. USA, USA.
USA, USA. Okay, Teddy, it's time for your B6. I'm excited to hear about it. Lots to talk about. I hand the mic to you, brother.
Sure, let's do a little bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. A recap of what just happened this past weekend in football action. Whoo, there were some beats this weekend. How about Pitt minus 6.5 against Duke? They're up 2 touchdowns, less than 10 to play. Duke gets a 50-yard bomb, but they missed a 2-point conversion. Duke gets it back, just enough time for another touchdown with 40 seconds left, and they missed another 2-point conversion, which means that Pitt has no chance to cover in overtime. Pitt minus 6.5 was tough. App State, they were minus 14, but up to minus 16.5 against Old Dominion. It's 27-0 in the fourth quarter. It's garbage time. ODU wakes up against the App State backups. 1 long touchdown drive, a 2nd long touchdown drive. And, of course, the game ends with Appalachian State kneeling at the Old Dominion 1-yard line. 27-14 final. App State minus 14. Brutal. The Stanford-Cal total, 46.5. That's 17-6 into the fourth quarter. It's 20-17 with 2 minutes to play. Stanford throws a pick, which leads to a 9-yard touchdown drive for Cal. 54 seconds left from their own 20. Stanford converts a 4th down, of course. They got 5 seconds left. A 61-yard field goal in a game where they're down 2 scores. They lose by only 7. And the game goes over the total. 64-yard field goal, nothing but net. Brutal if you had the under in that one. I don't know if it was as brutal as if you had the Jets plus 3.5 against the Pats yesterday. I had that in my pocket. Of course, the first punt return of the season for any team, the first punt return touchdown of the season for any team would come in a 3-3 game with 5 seconds left. And Jets bettors had the hook working in their favor in a game that was going to be decided by a field goal one way or another. Tough beat for New York backers. And, of course, wasn't a whole lot more fun for Denver backers yesterday. The Raiders never led in regulation. And then Russell Wilson decided that instead of sliding down, it's better to throw an incomplete pass inside 2 minutes. Las Vegas, no timeout at 100 seconds instead of 60. They drive for the game-tying field goal and then win the toss in overtime and hit Devontae Adams for the touchdown in OT. Denver backers, minus 2.5. No fun there. Bad bet. So let's see. Tennessee took money against South Carolina. Let's see. They were minus 20. They lost by 25 and lost their quarterback as well. Bad loss for the Vols. East Carolina got bet up, -5.5 to -6 against Houston. They lost at home, 42-3. There was lots of Rams money yesterday, despite no Cooper Kupp. I didn't get it. New Orleans was as high as -4.5. They closed -2. Saints won by 7. The Rams money was all bad bets. And they were betting the Bears under. I understand it's a game with no possessions. I understand both teams can run the football. But the Bears have now cashed, 6 straight overs to the number 1 over team in the NFL with an offense that can't be stopped and a defense that can't stop anyone. The under money for Chicago, Atlanta, all bad bets. It comes for bad for the books. That TCU game against Baylor was really bad for the books. The last-second field goal, winning 29-28. The Horned Frogs opened -3. Line got bet down. It bounced Pick'em +1, -1. Lands right on 1. Basically, books paid everyone in that game. And, of course, nobody laid 34 with Texas A&M or 33 or 32. They did snap their 6-game losing streak, and they did win 20-3 against UMass, but all the money came for the Minutemen in that one. The Wise Guys hit Vandy over Florida. Sharp books got hit at +14 in that ball game. When it comes to bad for the books in the NFL, Wise Guys had a big day yesterday. They nailed the Colts, all anti-Eagles money. The Wise Guys nailed the Lions. The books that cater to sharp bettors had a rough day. The Giants were flat. Detroit came to play. The Wise Guy money came on Dallas. There was no sweat there. Wise Guy money had the KC over. No sweat there.
Yeah, right.
So books that catered to recreational, to Wise Guy bettors didn't do so well yesterday. And of course, that Chiefs final touchdown, which you were celebrating, Prez, well, that sent Sunday Night Football over. Books needed under in that ball game. That, not a great result for the house. There you have it. Bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books.
Awesome stuff. Teddy covers. Guys, before we bring one of the co-founders of WagerTalk, and let me tell you, I had to beg this guy to join us on when we started WagerTalk. Oh, yeah. Best thing he ever did in his life. Anyway, before we get into that, we've got a site-wide promotion that ends next Monday at midnight. It is a killer promotion, a 7-day all-access pass from any handicapper, $69. That's under $10 a day. It is for anybody. You want to buy Marco, Teddy, me, Tony Mejia is coming on later. $69 for an all-access pass covering the next 7 days. There should be no other package you buy, given that we've got football Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Maction, NBA, college basketball, NHL. This is the perfect week. World Cup, perfect week to grab that. It is $69. Any handicapper you want for 7 days. Yes, Teddy?
I was going to say, it's $10 more than a 3-day pass. You know, the 3-day pass is $59. So you're getting 7 days for $69. Great deal.
You know what else you're getting? Marco's free thoughts. Dude is 9-1 in his last 10 thoughts on this show. Marco D'Angelo, what up, bro? Great day yesterday, brother. Outstanding work in the NFL yesterday.
Yesterday was fun. The last couple NFL Sundays hadn't been as fun, but we saw everything pretty clear yesterday. And I was trying to enjoy the Dallas game, but I kept getting nonstop text like every 15 seconds from some guy. Will you please give me another touchdown? I need another touchdown.
Yeah, that guy thinks you failed him. You failed him, Marco. Where's my touchdown? I'm still waiting on Minnesota to score a damn touchdown. Oh,
they figured there was no sense to score a touchdown. Nobody was going to see it because they switched the game. They pulled the plug on Dallas, Minnesota to go to the Cincinnati-Pittsburgh game. They did. That's how bad it was.
They did, but I have a membership with Dazen for $20 a month, so they did not switch games. Marco, NFL tonight, San Fran, Arizona. This game is in Mexico. At first, I thought to myself, they're going to be cheering for Arizona, given that it's closer to Mexico, I think. Probably wrong on that. I'm Canadian. But then I thought, well, with Joe Montana, San Fran's got so much lore. Maybe they're going to be cheering for San Fran. What are you going to be cheering for?
I'm going to be cheering for defense, because I'm going to look at the under in this one. Now, all week we had, was it going to be Colt McCoy again, or was it going to be Kyler Murray? Well, if you didn't see the injury reports, all you had to do is look at the updated line today, and you know which one it's going to be, as this line has jumped to 10. We are still seeing the total basically at the same number, and that's where I'm going to look at for this game. You got San Francisco, who has the number 4 defense, allowing 18.1 points per game, and the number 3 defense at yards per play at 5.0. We know what Arizona, they've struggled all year offensively. Part of that due to the injuries with, Murray being hampered with the hamstring. They had all those games without DeAndre Hopkins. He's banged up, should play, hamstring issue. I'm just going to look at this one and say, we know what the 49ers like to do. And you alluded to it when you were talking with Megan, that if they do get a lead in this game, what are they going to do? They're going to take the air out of the football, play 49er football, and run the football, shorten the game. Also, in the past, guys, when we've had these few games in Mexico, field conditions have always been a little bit of a concern, where the field's been a little chewed up. That would play again to the under as well. Since the 49ers have added Christian McCaffrey, that gives them an even stronger running game and more options. I like the under. There's just no other way for me to play this game. Do I want to lay 10 points in the game? No. If the line was still at 8, I would suggest you taking teasers, but the line is not at 8, it's at 10, so those teaser plays are now gone. So for me tonight in this one, go under the 43.5 for Monday Night Football.
So I want to ask you, Marco, about the altitude in Mexico City, because obviously this game is going to be played at a higher altitude than any NFL game is going to be played the rest of the season. It's higher than you see in Denver. Do you worry at all about playing unders in games in altitude where maybe the defense gets gassed after halftime? Is that a factor at all in the equation?
If this was going to be a game, Teddy, where I thought there was going to be a lot of passing in the game, I would absolutely be concerned about that. The fact that it is going to be a game that I feel, unless Arizona comes out and finds a way to score a couple quick touchdowns in this game, San Francisco is going to take the air out of the football. And yeah, they can get gassed running the football down their throat, but it's also going to take clock as you're methodically moving down the field. So in that instance, I'm not. But if this would have been a game like, say a few years ago, whenever the Rams in Kansas City was going to play there, and I think they had to end up – was that the game they canceled because of the field conditions and moved it back to the yeah, that would be a big concern. But with the running game, not as concerned. But it is a good point to bring up.
Marco D'Angelo, everyone. Marco, it is $9 Mondays. What do you have going for the clients?
Tonight, I've got a hockey play, Prez, and since last Christmas, I'm number 2 in hockey at WagerTalk, both in money won and in win percentage. I've got a 4% best bet. We're going for our 5th 4% winner in a row. Full disclosure, I went 4-1 on 4% and higher this weekend. Yes, I lost the 5% on Saturday when just 2 hours before game time it was announced my quarterback wasn't going to play. That's always fun. But we have been seeing things very well with our big plays, and you can pick that up tonight for $9 over at WagerTalk. And later this afternoon, I'm going to put up an early bird college football play for the weekend for $9 as well. Look for that around 3 o'clock Eastern time today.
Marco Baylor at Texas. I was on Kansas this week. It did not go well for me. I had a great Saturday, though, 8-3 altogether, but that was one of my losers. Now we got Texas minus 8.5. Are they the play?
That's the way I'm going with this one. And if you remember last week, we were involved in the Texas game. We had the over. We got it. Texas had to do all the heavy lifting, scoring 55 of the points, but they got the job done. Now I'm going to ride Texas, and this is a 2 angle play for me. Let's start with the obvious. you're Baylor. How do you mentally get back up for this game? It means nothing as far as standings go, as far as where you're going to play, because you're already bowl eligible with 6 wins. But here is a team that was either tied or had the lead the entire football game except for 5 minutes at the end of the third quarter. Baylor come back on the first play of the fourth quarter and took the lead back and led until the final seconds went off the clock with that game-winning field goal by TCU. TCU, I don't know how they continue to do it, but God bless them. They are still undefeated. They got the game-winning field goal, ran the unit out there with no timeouts, 12 seconds on the clock when it started dwindling down, and they put the ball through the uprights for the win. I don't see Baylor being able to pick themselves up. They gave everything they had in that game to beat TCU. Now, on the flip side, Texas does have something to play for. Yes, they're already bowl eligible, so you say, what do they have to play for? They have a chance yet at the Big 12 championship game. They need to win this game, and then they need some help. They need Kansas State to get upset by Kansas. Now, I'm sure, and I'll cut him off before he gets to say, so, Marco, Texas is in a must-win situation. Why are you doing that? Because you usually don't. Well, there's 2 kinds of must-wins. There's a must-win where you win and you're in, you control your own destiny. And then there's must-win and you need help. And that's the case here. There's less pressure on a team that has to win and then needs help. They can just go out and do their thing. Also, they play on Friday. So they're going to go out, do what they need to do, and don't have to worry about looking at a scoreboard. Because if Kansas State was playing on Friday and playing at the same time, and you looked up and saw them winning 21-0, that could take the wind out of your sails, and then you pack it in. Kansas State plays on Saturday. So I'm going with Texas. I'm going with that defense of Texas that did hold Kansas to 17 points last week. And I'm taking the Longhorns laying the points on their final home game and put a beating on the Baylor Bears.
So Texas, I mean, this series has been remarkable when you look at these 2 teams. Cashed 9 straight unders between Texas and Baylor. Obviously 2 rivals that take, I mean, when you say that you don't know what Baylor's going to get up for, how Baylor's going to get up, I mean, they're facing their rival. So I wouldn't think the Bears are going to necessarily be flat here. But it's been 9 straight unders in the series, and the last 4 meetings, Texas has been held to 24 or less. I trust Dave Aranda on the defensive side of the football. What makes this year different?
Last week?
Yeah,
Pure and
Teddy.
simple. How do you
Hold on,
motivate
don't say
this
another word.
team?
Stop. That was incredible. 2 words. Leave it at that. Marco, what do you? We've done your promotion. Have I missed anything?
No, I hear so in my sleep from Teddy.
Okay.
So,
Marco D'Angelo, everyone. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got Teddy's big game breakdown, Tony Mejia, and of course, 17 more likes, the daily presidential address.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.
it is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's talk some Thanksgiving Day NFL, the Cowboys and the Giants. We're watching this while we're eating turkey around the table right now. Look at the WagerTalk live odds screen. I'm seeing Dallas -9, total 44.5. We've seen some early Cowboys money, we've seen some early over money in this one. And frankly, this is NFL handicapping 101. One of these two teams, Dallas, is coming off their best showing of the year. All right, Dallas could not have played better yesterday. Dominant on both sides of the football, looking like Super Bowl contenders, looking like Super Bowl winners. Remember, they faced a team in Minnesota that frankly ran out of gas and had nothing left in the tank. So for as good as Dallas looked, we have to say they got the right team at the right time. That's going to make them look better than they actually did. The other piece of the equation, the Giants, coming off arguably their worst showing of the year. Remember, they too just faced a team that is playing at a different level now. Lions are surging. All of a sudden, you look at their preseason record, their full season record, you say, no, I don't see it. Just like Minnesota, well, their record is great. But when you watch Minnesota, and nothing in the tank. When you watch Detroit yesterday, they're surging right now. So you have a team off their worst showing, facing a team off their best showing. The team off their worst showing is in revenge. They lost by 7 at home in the first meeting. Cowboys offense against the Giants defense, they've been held to 23 or less 3 times in the last 4 meetings. Look ahead line in this game. Bettable line from these two teams last week at this time. -6.5, -7. -9 is too many. I think this is going to be a game. Give me the G-Men plus the points in Dallas on Turkey Day. There's your big game breakdown. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
Teddy, I agree 100%. And I just wanted to add, here's another one of those sort of Tennessee Titans situations where the New York Giants are going to run. And that's going to shorten the clock, shorten the game. I'm with you. +9 for the Giants. That is a great call. Tony Mejia joining us, everyone. Tony, we love having you on. How are you, my friend?
Doing great. I mean, it is feast week for a reason. We've got a million college basketball games within season tournaments, so that's kept me busy. Obviously, the World Cup. Football has been a disaster. I was with you on that ridiculous under that hit for the Cowboys and Vikings. It should have been an over. I was heavy on the Eagles and the Ravens. Both teams let me down. Fortunately, the World Cup has started well, and college basketball is on a nice run, as is NBA. So we press forward a new week, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Teddy, and everybody else. If I don't talk to you beforehand.
Tony, I'm watching the Netherlands play Senegal right now. One of our listeners has Senegal +1, -120. That is looking good right now. That's for sure. It's a 0-0 game. The next one up is Wales, led by Gareth Bale, against the youngest team in the World Cup, the United States of America. Carmine came on earlier with a video. He likes the U.S. +138. What do you got for us?
Well, yeah, I'm on Senegal +1 too. That's why I just winced, because the Senegal just should have gone up. A great save by the Dutch. Hit this morning's over in the first half and full game.
Yeah, that was easy.
And Iran, it was solid. So far in the tournament's been pretty good. Yeah, I think the United States will win. It's the second youngest team in the tournament, I think. Right there, borderline. 25 of 26 guys debuting. But bottom line, I mean, you've got the smallest nation to qualify in Wales against the largest in the United States. So it's and obviously most of the Welsh team plays in the Premier League. The U.S. has 14 of 26 in the world's biggest leagues. A lot of MLSers, but most of the starting lineup's going to be big dogs, and that's something that the United States has lacked, since I've been alive, rooting for the United States in World Cup. So you gotta perform with the U.S. and you got to perform here, because England looks really good. Iran, I think everybody's going to beat. So whether you get out of the group depends on what you do today.
Teddy,
so the 3-way plus price betting is always one that you because your eyes get to track. You're like, wait, I get a plus price no matter what I do here. If I want the draw, I get a plus price. If I want the U.S., I get a plus price. If I get a Wales, at a plus price. Talk about the 3-way betting as opposed to the 2-way betting that you see in the World Cup.
Well, the 3-way betting basically puts a draw into the equation. So if you bet the United States to win at plus money, you have to win. If there's a draw, you'll lose. So right now, the latest on the WagerTalk odds screen has the U.S. at +144, a draw at doubling your money, and Wales, a little more than doubling your money. So the U.S. is technically favored in this game. If you go the spread route, most books have this as a pick'em minus 140. Now, what that does, obviously, you're paying juice, but it protects you with a push in the event of a draw.
Yeah. And just to make mention on that, everybody, we don't have overtime or penalty kicks during the qualifying round. But when we do, the draw is still in effect. So if it goes into overtime, you would lose in that situation. Tony, we've got an NBA game you want to talk about, the Orlando Magic at the Pacers. I'm on this game for my clients. I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I'm not on any NBA, but it's been a good run so far in the league. I will be on an NBA either 3% or higher for $9 Monday. So look out for that. But I broke down this game, and zigzag theory is in full effect here, because this is a situation, and there's been 17 of them, when a team is playing the same team for the second consecutive game inside a 2-day window. Sometimes you play them back-to-back nights. Most times in the league this season, you play them 2 nights later, and that's the case with Indiana and Orlando. Pacers hosting again. It was a barn burner the other night, 114-113. Game was tied with 6 minutes to go, tied with a couple of minutes to go. Magic blew the lead. Pacers won it with Aaron Nesmith playing hero at the free throw line. So I did this research myself just to see exactly what this would bring. The same total outcome. So say the over hit in game 1. In game 2, the over would hit. The same total outcome is just 9 and 8. So really no advantage there. The ATS against the spread zigzag is 14 and 3. So if the Pacers failed to cover in game 1, which they did, then they would be in line to cover today based on theme. Indiana 8 and 2 straight up. Only the Celtics are better over their last 10. 9 and 1 against the spread over their last 10. And that cover streak was 9 and 0 up until the Orlando game the other night.
So you like the Magic plus in the bounce back spot here, correct? Or in the back-to-back spot, given that 14 and 3 angle.
The 14 and 3 angle favors the Pacers here, Teddy, because the Magic actually covered despite losing. Go ahead.
So I guess I'm confused about the angle. The 14 and 3 angle says the team that didn't cover the first covers the second, or the team that didn't win
Correct.
The first covers the second.
The team that did not cover. Correct.
Gotcha. So the angle favors Indiana today, not Orlando.
That's right. It's against the spread angle.
I didn't understand anything you were saying, and I'm an idiot again.
No worries.
No, not again. Always.
But yeah, never that. But look, I think this is tough to call because Wendell Carter Jr. and Gary Harris didn't play on Saturday night, and both should be in the mix today. Bol played really well for the Magic. Mo Bamba, who had been sitting on the bench, had his best game of the season. So Orlando's going to be a tough out. My play for the show, and it's probably going to be a client play, you choose. It's Tyrese Halliburton, and you can go over his 10.5 assists. He's done that 5 of the last 7 games in November. 11 or more. He is going to lead the league in assists. That's his forte. He sets everybody up, and the Indiana Pacers move at a fast pace. But the juice is minus 140. So your other option is points plus assists, which is 30.5 at minus 125. He's also done that 5 of the last 7 games. Typically scores right around 22 points, and then gives you your 11 plus assists. So that, if you want to go the juice route, reduced juice route, go points and assists. If you just want to go dimes, that's probably the better bet, but you're paying minus 140.
Tony M, baby, what do you got to promote?
Pretty good runs. Like I said, the World Cup has started well, so hit me up there. I've got a futures package that's going to be available all day, including tomorrow's plays, because they start at, I believe, 4 in the Eastern time for just $9. And we've got college basketball. I finally warmed up because it was dreadful to start. But on a solid run over the last week, and that has already begun. I had LSU over Illinois State first half, which cashed easily, and then they're trying to finish off the full game bet minus 13. And again, there's tons of in-season tournaments beginning today. It's feast week, so join me on college basketball all season. NBA is heated up. Football is dead to me, but I'll continue to plug away on that.
Tony Mejia, everyone. Just a quick mention again, we have an incredible promotion up, Thanksgiving promotion for everybody. No coupon code required. It runs for 1 week. It is a 7-day all-access pass for $69. Any handicapper you want 7 days, $69. Teddy, I know you want to say something. I'll throw to you, but you got the opening line report coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Guys, this is must listen to. Teddy, what do you want to say? And give us a quick synopsis of what they're going to hear on the opening line report.
So what I wanted to say is just setting up the week. Tuesday, normal show. Wednesday, Merrill's going to fill in for me. Thursday, Turkey Day. There will be no Wager Talk Today on
Correct.
Thursday. And then on Friday, it will be once again Merrill and Prez. I'll be back in Vegas on Saturday night, and I'll be back doing the show again on Monday. So no show on Thursday for Turkey Day. There will be shows every other day this week. When it comes to today's opening line report, Lawrence, we do every week on the opening line report. Go through every game on the board, talk about what just happened, talk about where the markets are on a Monday morning, talk about where the money is likely to flow between now and Sunday. So that's what we do, every game on the board, each and every Monday, right here on Wager Talk TV. Is it time for your presidential address yet?
Let's go, Dan. All right, guys, I've got 4 bets for you in this video, 2 hockey, 2 NFL. Before we get into that, I want to make mention, if I got a hockey game, you guys should be playing it. I got a 4% NHL total up tonight. It's only $9. I want to give you perspective. My 4% NHL totals are on a 6-0, 10-2, and 26 and 5 run, 26 and 5 run. All my NHL totals this year, 7-1 on the season in NHL totals, and in NHL across the board, 64% up, close to 30 units. I have a big NHL play up tonight. It's $9. I also am rolling in basketball. I'm up over 20 units in both sports combined. I went 5-2 in college this weekend, 3-1 in NBA. I got six basketball plays up, $9, and I have a prop bet in NFL as well. Okay. With all that said and all the promotions over and done with, let's get into some free plays. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs in regulation tonight at plus 100. Great spot to bet them. Bad spot for the New York Islanders. I also like the Hurricanes and Winnipeg Jets under the total of 6 goals. Yes, I'm aware Hellenbach is not playing. Riddick is for the Jets. I still like this under. The Jets are 2-12 to the under this year. Carolina is under 4 in a row and also lean towards the under all year as well. As for the NFL tonight, I like Arizona plus 10, and I like under the total of 43.5. That's it for the show. Teddy, I'm having a California veal sandwich, and I'm doing it now, and I'm so damn excited and hungry. Please take us home.
And the betting markets are agreeing with you, Lawrence. Money coming in on the Monday Night Football under as we speak. The 43.5s just got wiped out. It's 43 pretty much across the board. That's going to wrap it for the Monday edition of Wager Talk Today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same time, same channel. 9 a.m. here on the left coast. Noon for you back east. Between now and then, enjoy the games. Enjoy Lawrence's picture of incredulity. And good luck tonight.
Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, when all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.